Hey, what's happening? I'm Myles Kennedy, and I have a new solo record coming out called "The Art of Let It Go," and it's we're releasing it on October 11th.
Yes, you are indeed, my friend. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure.
As you say, you release your new and third solo album, The Art of Letting Go, on October the 11th, which isn't far away now, mate. So, how are you feeling about it?
Good. It's like anytime, especially it's getting close enough now. It's just a few days. You're always like, it's kind of a trip, in the way that your little sonic baby is about to be unleashed into the world. So, but it's funny. It's kind of an excuse to just get out and tour. I love making records. I love creating. I also love getting to perform and hang with my mates. So it's a brotherhood out there, and so build new memories.
Fantastic. And can you tell us a bit more about the album from a musical point of view and what you were going for this time around?
Yeah, I wanted this record to be more of a rock record. With the solo records, when I first started doing it, it was more about acoustic based music. Second record, Ides of March, that was a little bit of the acoustic element, but also more Americana and Southern rock and country at times. And this one, I just wanted to rock. I wanted to have it be based on riffs and just have a certain pocket and a certain groove and build that way.
And to date, you've released the singles Say What You Will, Miss You When You're Gone, and Nothing More to Gain. So, I know it's hard to do, but are those three a good sonic representation of what to expect from the whole album?
Yeah, I think overall that they kind of touch on the overall vibe of it. You know, it's a good introduction into the art of letting go.
Wait. Speaking of introductions, mate, like the opening and title track, it kicks off with a meaty guitar riff and goes into an almost blues-like swagger, complete with chants of "Hey, hey, hey." Now, if you're looking through a rock manual, mate, like those tick pretty much every box to start off an album, mate. You've got everything covered there in the first 30 seconds.
Got to have those hays. It's funny because the hay thing came. So initially, I thought it needed something to kind of drive it, like on the downbeat, and I thought, either a cowbell or something. I was like, nah, I don't want to use the cowbell. We'll just do haze.
In there. How much thought and planning actually goes into the first song on an album, though, mate? What sort of things do you consider?
I just wanted to grab your attention. Feel like people's attention spans are pretty short, so you want to put something out where they're going to be like, okay, this is working for me. I'll keep, listening for a few more songs. I mean, at the end of it's funny because, they say now, like with streaming, they typically after like seven songs, it tends to drop off. So like, you want to put your best foot forward at first to keep people's attention because there's a lot of things all vying for your attention. So you don't want to start off with your a song that is going to take a lot of time to get into. You want to just hit them on the head right out of the gate.
I'm actually surprised it's seven songs. I thought it'd be less than like you can
Right?
put all that planning into a song, though, bro, and then someone chucks a CD in and presses shuffle, and it comes
I
out.
know.
It's like, what the fuck did I waste my time for?
Good point.
Now, you've recorded the album in 2023, mate, so you've been sitting on it for a while, but are you the type of person to put that album to bed and move on, or do you sort of go back and agonize and think, I should have done this or I could have done that?
No, I don't really agonize too much anymore. There was a time when I did, but I'm at a point now where it's like once the record's done, yeah, I move on. The only way I move back is preparing for a tour and rehearsing and going and revisiting. I generally am always looking forward. I feel that helps me stay creatively. It's the way I like to roll.
And you sort of touched on this before, but the art of letting go is very riff heavy slam and rock, mate. And your guitar playing on it's gone to the next level, bro. Like, how much of an influence has Slash had on your guitar playing moving forward, I guess?
Yeah, I started as a guitar player, and I think what I've learned from playing with Slash is just his work ethic. The guy works harder than anybody I know. So, and which is inspiring for me because he doesn't have to. He's at a point in his life where he could just hang out and tour once in a while, but he still works as hard as the guy who's, coming up the ranks trying to make a name for himself. It's incredible. So I think that's the thing I've learned more than anything. It's just keeping that hunger alive.
How about from a writing perspective, mate? Like you're writing for your solo album. I'm guessing you've just got you on guitar doing that. But then when you write for the Conspirators, there's you and Slash together writing. Like, what's the different dynamics like writing an album with one guitar as opposed to two?
Yeah, it's interesting because when you know it's just going to be one guitar, you do think differently. I think, how is this riff going to be? How is this chord progression going to be? How is this going to work when I'm playing it all by myself as a, it's a power trio. So I'm very aware of that. And with Slash, it's a different writing process because he'll send me the riff and the chord progression, and then my job is to come up with the melody and to come up with the lyric. So it's a very different type of process.
Which one do you prefer personally? Do you prefer coming up with a whole lot yourself, or do you prefer working like that?
I, to be honest with you, I've got the best circumstances one could ask for because it's always changing, so it's like it never gets redundant. So, it's like when I feel like, oh, now I really want to play guitar and write riffs, and it's like, well, then it'll be at that point in the kind of the rotation of the bands and the touring cycles and the album cycles. So it works out really well. And then when I've gotten that out of my system, then I'll move into, just coming up with the melodies and the lyrics with Slash. And that's it's a luxury I don't take for granted.
And the art of letting go, it's a great title, mate. But when you were writing the song, were you thinking about anything specific to let go, or was it more of a generalization?
A generalization. It's just kind of where I'm at in life now, where I just don't want to, I just don't, I don't want to be reactive and stress, and I just want to enjoy life the best that I can. And it's something that I'm still learning and working on, but I figured, titling the record would help remind me of that.
Yeah. So just say someone's stumbled upon this interview, mate, and they don't know too much about Myles Kennedy. Give us three songs from your whole career, any band, for them to listen to get to know you better.
I would say Blackbird by Alter Bridge would be one. Anastasia by Slash and the Conspirators. And then as far as for the solo stuff, I'd say check out Say What You Will.
Good. Now, this album does come out on October the 11th, mate, and you seem to be a man who loves to be on the road, so I'm guessing you got a fair bit coming up after that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Lots of touring.
Excited about to go all around the world, or?
We're gonna try. Yeah, if if the rest of the world will have us, we'll go. That's for
Awesome. It was only about a couple of months ago you were in Australia with Slash, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was this spring, I believe. Yeah, or late winter. So yeah, time's flying.
Brisbane show was fantastic, guys. You nailed it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No worries at all. Now, I've started a new segment called Photo Bomb, where before I chat with you, I go through your social media and I dig up a few photos, and I
All
want to
right.
a little bit more about them. So, the first one I found is this one. Like you guys on tour and you're at a bird park in New Zealand.
Yes. Boy, I haven't seen that in a long time. Amazing. Blast from the past. I don't know what Todd's doing. It looks like is he serenading the lizard?
I wondered, it looks like there's something romantic going on there.
Yeah, he's trying to woo the lizard. And I'm looking at it like, uh, I don't know. That's a pretty funny actually.
Do you have things like that in America, like parks where you can go and check out the animals and stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah, we have zoos and whatnot. Um, we don't do it enough. I wish we did it more. Yeah, that's something that's one of the perks of getting a tour is you get to do stuff like that. Especially when you're with Slash and he loves, all things animals. So we tend to do more of that stuff than we normally would with other bands, which is cool.
Wait, now I've got this one as well. It was taken backstage at the AD Manchester Arena in 2013. Like, when is it going from your dressing room to the stage? Like you are there, like are you all sort of quiet and reflecting what you're going to do, or are you rowdy and pumping each other up? Like, what goes on?
It's pretty mellow. Yeah, it's very zen. I wish there was a lot of, wish I could say that it's crazy and just jumping around and champagne and flowing, but we're just kind of getting to that space and preparing to go out and, try not to screw up.
I suppose they'd all start to look like one and the same after a while, wouldn't they? All these backstage areas and all these hallways.
Oh, you'd be surprised how much they change. Yeah, it depends what kind of venue, with those when you're on an arena tour, which I think we were there, those are generally pretty nice. But when you're playing like some venues, like theaters and clubs, you never know what to expect.
You're a legend, Myles. Thanks very much for your time, bro. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. The Art of Letting Go is out October the 11th, and it's an absolute fucking cracker, bro. So best of luck, and see you next time you're out.
Thanks, brother.
the silence be your guide, it's not too late. A ravenous heart is one you must fight to take.